Suddenly, one day, I received a love letter from the emperor. I have cut my sleeve for you. Cut. And my father, the Duke of Zhengguo, passed away early. My brother is sickly, so I disguise myself as a man, pass the imperial exams, and enter the court as an official. Ah, you quit bawling. Crying isn't going to do a damn thing. Even if you cry, father isn't coming back to life, and my sickly brother wouldn't survive it either. It was one thing to cross-dress for school, but now you've placed as the third scholar. Since when do women hold official posts? Why don't you swap identities back with your brother? Cough. Bong cough. Bong cough. With his body fragile enough to shatter at a touch, he'd probably check out after a single drink. He only worked for 3 months, and he basically AFK'd in court. The whole family is counting on his pension to survive, right? Isn't it all for you and mother? Otherwise, why would I suffer such grievances? But if you keep dressing as a man, won't you be unable to marry for the rest of your life? If not for the hundred-some mouths in this estate, why would I labor in the dust and wind and suffer the disdain of others? I want sweet and sour pork for dinner. His lordship wants sweet and sour pork tonight. Did you hear? Get to the kitchen, move. Being a woman is nothing like the joy of being an official. A monthly salary of 500 pickles of grain. The whole household has to bow to my will. At home, I am the boss. When I go out, I'm carried in a sedan. In court, I get paid to scold people. And after court, there is always a party. Life couldn't be any better. But my good days were soon to end. As court adjourned, the emperor kept me behind to discuss state affairs. While waiting for the emperor, I noticed a small painting on the imperial desk. The man in the painting was young and fair, with an elegant grace. He looks so familiar. Isn't that freaking me? Back during the palace exam, the moment I looked up, he was the top scholar. Li Zhang's essay wasn't as good as the top two. But the top two weren't good-looking enough. Latter, the civil and military officials caught on to it, and I was begrudgingly given the third place. Ever since I became an official, the emperor keeps giving me money for no reason. Whenever there is an argument in court, he habitually calls my name. Yuru, what do you think? Every time the emperor flies into a rage, my colleagues push me into the study to coax him. Once, the emperor grabbed a jade pixie and was about to throw it at someone. Get out, it is I who misspoke. I shall write a formal apology immediately. Your Majesty, there's no need for that. I don't usually have such a fiery temper. Really, Yuru, you must believe me. It must be an evil spirit possessing me, summon the Grand Preceptor. In the end, the matter concluded with the Grand Preceptor dancing for 3 days. Then I remembered the gentle look in his eyes when he watched me. Those softened tones and whispered words. And all those late nights I spent working in the palace. Oh man, he doesn't happen to have feelings for me, does he? I'm a woman pretending to be a man pursuing a career, but I've hit a dead-end question. My boss has taken a liking to me, and his preferences are a bit complicated. I absolutely cannot let the emperor's affection derail my career. So that night, I ran to the prime minister's place to stab the emperor in the back. Your Majesty has been single for too long, that won't do. We should find him a wife. Lord Li speaks the truth. Tomorrow morning at court. Leave it to me. The next morning at court. Your Majesty has ruled for years. It is time to take an empress. The nation cannot go a day without an empress. Indeed, indeed. The emperor's face sank like water. The young lady from the duke's estate would be quite suitable. Yes, yes, indeed. Then I shall go to the duke's estate to pay a visit today. Why did you have to bring up my sister for no reason? Lord Li came to see me, hoping to recommend his sister as empress, wasn't he? I understand, I understand. Rest assured, the emperor has treated the Li clan so generously. This marriage is as good as settled. I heard the emperor wants to marry you. Where did you hear that? Our noblewoman circle is very well informed, you know. So sweet. What kind of butterfly lover's plot is this? Sweet my foot. I'm committing a crime against the throne which is punishable by death to the 9 generations. If he finds out I'm a woman disguised as a man, the lives of everyone in the household will be doomed. So, what do we do? Get my brother to dress in women's clothes. I already pretended to be you. Now it is your turn to pretend to be me. When he arrives today, you just meet with him once. If he doesn't like you, then this hurdle will be cleared. And what if he takes a liking to me? Then you marry him. What else can you do? I'm a man. How could I possibly marry him? Go and persuade him. Such a strapping young man, yet so narrow-minded. Hey, he just can't bring himself to accept it right now. I know you mean well for him too. In the afternoon, the emperor arrived at the Li estate. This is my younger sister. Your sister is quite tall and majestic. I prefer someone more petite. My brother and I both look toward my mother. She is the shortest one in our family. I wasn't referring to her. She is already 40. What on earth? What is wrong with being 40? I am still the most popular widow in all of the capital. Who are you looking down on? My apologies, madam. Please do not be offended. It is just that I am still young, and the court officials would not allow me to marry a widow. Of course, personally, I have absolutely no prejudice against widows. A widow like yourself is naturally wonderful. Sweet talking devil. I felt the emperor shudder violently. He is just being polite. Don't do anything reckless. About this matchmaking, what does His Majesty think? Your sister is a fine woman. I shall find her a more suitable match elsewhere. Then perhaps Your Majesty should look into other families. There are many young ladies in the capital of marriageable age. Are you trying to send me away? Since I'm already here, won't you take me around for a walk? I want to see what kind of place you live in, where you read and write after court is dismissed. Very well then. This is where I reside. Why are there women's clothes in your room? Have you been keeping a concubine behind my back? I faced the wrath of the emperor, and somehow I lost all my courage. No, it is not like that. Please, let me explain. Go ahead, weave your excuses. Your servant has a predilection for women's clothing. The emperor went silent. He held that pink silk bodice, looking like a stone statue. The silence in the room was suffocating. Suddenly, 2 streams of bright red blood gushed from his nose. When my mother walked in with a bowl of water, she was terrified. Oh, why are you assaulting His Majesty? It is not that. He started having a nosebleed. Get out, quick. My mother kept looking back as she retreated. How fascinating. Don't move, and keep your voice down. So you have such a niche hobby. I was sickly from the day I was born. My family raised me as a girl. I grew up accustomed to wearing red feminine attire, right up until I took the imperial examinations. Then why have I never seen you wear them? It is just a personal hobby. I only enjoy it in private by myself. Why would I wear them for others to see? Good thing you haven't shown anyone else. This outfit is made of fine materials, and the colors are vibrant. The workmanship is exquisite. The cut is quite stylish. Not bad at all. What are you trying to say? I have a question I would like to ask you. Please, Your Majesty, speak your mind. I still can't quite imagine what you look like when you're wearing a dress. Surely you wouldn't make me wear women's clothing, Your Majesty. Of course not. What kind of person do you take me for? You are my most vital minister, and my dearest friend. How could I ever force you to dress up for my amusement? That would be an insult to you. Even if you were to wear one, I would wear one right alongside you, so you wouldn't think I was mocking you or tarnishing the bond between ruler and subject. True brothers brave the fires of hell together. If you put on a dress, and I don't, that would be disloyal. Yuru, what do you think? I think we should just forget it. Why, you are an expert in this after all. I am very eager to learn from you. I'd be grateful if you could offer some pointers. I have only one pair of eyes, and I dare not look upon Your Majesty in women's attire. Well, I am certainly not as beautiful as you are. So Yuru, you are quite confident in your own feminine look. It must be truly stunning. Please, I beg you, stop talking about women's clothing. I apologize. That was a slip of the tongue. Ladder. I have one more thing to ask you, Yuru. Is it true that every day at court, while you maintain a straight face, you are secretly wearing such a cute little undershirt underneath? From that moment on, the way the emperor looked at me changed from that of a close brother to "You are such a flirt." I plan to go consult with a master of romance, the star courtesan of the Tangxiang Pavilion. How can I make the emperor give up on me? I have a friend who is a county magistrate, whose superior, the one who promoted him. His gaze toward him has been a bit strange lately. He is afraid of offending his superior, but he absolutely cannot give in to him. Yet, he still wants to maintain their friendship. Tell me, how should one handle such a workplace romantic dilemma? The emperor has taken a liking to you? I haven't. Don't you go talking nonsense. What exactly does he see in you? Does he see you coming to the tavern to drink every night? If he knew you were like this, he would surely turn back immediately. What kind of person has such peculiar taste? You're right. With the way I am, why would I be afraid of someone taking a liking to me? Ha ha ha. I had the censorate submit a report against me, claiming I was drinking and carousing at the Tianxiang Pavilion every day. But the moment the report reached the palace, before I had even taken a few sips of wine, the door was kicked wide open. Li Zhang. So you really are here debauching? Hey, wait a minute. I am a scholar official. She is a top courtesan. My visit here is a legitimate expense. I'm not breaking any laws. So every day after the court session, you waste your time here. Today, I'm going to set some rules for you. Does he usually call him that? No. Lord Li does indeed frequent our entertainment quarters often, but he remains a man of integrity. You may rest assured. Do you think I'd believe such nonsense? Really? He can't actually do anything, huh? I'm done for. The emperor fell silent. The courtesan was left speechless. You know, the less a person has, the more they feel the need to prove it. Don't let his constant carousing fool you. He is actually quite frustrated inside. You're a man too. You understand. Since he has such a hidden ailment, why do you still enjoy his company? The memorials state he is notoriously promiscuous and quite popular in the pleasure houses. Well, naturally, he has plenty of money and demands very little. He even writes romantic stories for us. All the girls love him. They fight over who gets to keep him company. We gather late at night just to hear him read his work. It is delightful. I treated you like sisters. Is this really how you see me? Enough. You've swiped plenty of our hairpins too. So in truth, when you all gather, it is only to perfect your female attire, huh? You even wear women's clothing. I do not. That is right, he doesn't. Stop talking nonsense. The courtesan looks at him, then looks back at me. As soon as I caught that look in her eyes, I knew my reputation was finished. From tomorrow on, the whole capital will know, not only that I'm impotent, but also that I love wearing women's clothes. The emperor unbuckles me, throws me over his shoulder, and carries me all the way back to Zhaoyang Palace. By the time I finished crying, I was already on the imperial bed. It is my fault today for causing you such alarm. With such a significant ailment affecting your body, why did you drink bitter wine alone instead of telling me? I am not like those women out there. They would only mock you behind your back. Unlike me, I only feel heartache. My dear official, summon the imperial physician. I won't see them. Once the physician checks my pulse, he'll be able to tell if I'm a man or a woman. Wouldn't my cover be blown right then and there? The last place I can afford to have my cover blown is the royal bed. How dangerous is that? His Majesty mistook my resistance for the wounded pride of a man. He sat on the edge of the bed and comforted me in a soft voice. You are still young. The imperial physicians are highly skilled. There will surely be a way. Even if it truly cannot be cured, that does not mean you cannot enjoy the pleasures of the bedchamber for the rest of your life. Where there is a will, there is a way. Besides, you still have me. I suspect he is talking dirty, but I have no proof. I am grateful for your Majesty's kindness. I just miss my mother. I'm a total mama's boy. I can't fall asleep at night unless I see my mother. I don't buy it. I'm a scumbag, a mama's boy. Can he really keep going? His Majesty is His Majesty after all. He is capable of things ordinary people cannot do. Suddenly, he had a realization. Yuru is deeply filial to his mother. Summon the Grand Madam of the Duke's estate to attend immediately. My mother arrived shortly after. She had clearly come running the whole way. She hadn't even caught her breath yet. I guessed as much. The Emperor thinks very highly of you, and sure enough, you're now by his side. How does it feel? His Majesty thinks I am unwell and wants the royal physician to examine me. I made an excuse that I was tired today and that we should talk about it tomorrow. You need to find a way tonight so I don't get exposed tomorrow, turning you into a man overnight. The only time your mother had that kind of power was the night you were born. I just want you to make my pulse feel a bit strange, so no one can tell I'm a woman. Hurry up and use your connections among the noble ladies. Actually, there is a simpler way. Just call the Emperor over right now and get out. I would rather die than become a royal concubine. The next morning, the imperial physician reached out to check my pulse. Wait a moment. That should do it. He really does have a bit of a feminine vibe. I secretly asked my mother, what was that potion you gave me? The bottle was labeled Celestial Indian Oil. The physician took my pulse for a very long time. Lord Li's pulse is truly bizarre. It shows signs of chilling cold mixed with a weak kidney. It is greasy yet shows a deficiency in vital energy. And what is more? There is also a trace of a pregnancy pulse. A pregnancy pulse. What does that mean? Is she pregnant? How could she be pregnant? Did you do this? It wasn't me. If it wasn't you, then who could it be? That is right. If it wasn't me, who could it be? Li Zhang, you'd better explain yourself clearly today. Damn it, everything is a complete mess. What am I supposed to say? Suddenly, a thumping sound came from outside the door. The Prime Minister arrived for an audience, but he fainted right in front of the door. Why didn't he faint earlier or later? Why did he have to faint at this exact moment? Is he feeling guilty? The Prime Minister is 80 years old. Exactly. He is 80 years old. I'm only 24. Does this even make sense? The events in the Zhaoyang palace that day somehow leaked out. Rumors began to spread throughout the court. They said I had secretly given birth to the emperor's crown prince. But the more absurd part came next. They said I gave birth to a civet cat. What on earth is that? Why am I still the subject of such rumors, even as a man? This is clearly all the emperor's fault. This man is absolutely toxic. I began a long, drawn-out Cold War with him. Half a month into our Cold War, I was leaving court with my colleagues one day when I suddenly saw a beautiful woman standing across the Taiyei pool. The beauty was tall and statuesque, with eyes full of charm. Why is this beauty so tall? Wait a second, is that Your Majesty? Keep your voice down. I only dressed like this for you to see. I didn't intend for them to see me. What on earth are you doing dressed like this? Well, this figure is actually quite nice. Are you not fond of women's clothing? I've fallen down the rabbit hole with you. Learning everything you do will only end up hurting you. What choice do I have? You won't pay any attention to me. You brush me off whenever I ask you to hang out. If I don't follow your lead, you'll feel even less inclined to talk to me. Do you think I still dare to talk to you? You have no idea how crazy the rumors outside have become. So what? We have a clear conscience, so why fear the shadows? Look at what you're wearing yourself before you talk. Hurry and come back to Zhaoyang Palace with me. I've made so many clothes for you too. We can have a deeper exchange of ideas. If you have something to say it here. We found a rock and sat down. He was actually sitting with his legs splayed. I gave him a hard smack. When I put on women's clothing, I imagine if I were a girl, what kind of husband I would marry. After thinking it over, I still prefer a boy who is petite, delicate in appearance, literary, lively, and cheerful. Of course, he must come from a family of equal status and have attained the rank of jinshi. How about you? I like beauties. I am a beauty. The way you looked at me when you bowed earlier has already explained everything. You are not a true beauty. Do you know why? Why? A true beauty would never forget to shave her legs. After returning, I wrote a formal petition, hoping the emperor would conduct himself with dignity and never wear women's clothing again. Get out. I could feel the defiance in that get out. It seems he hasn't given up yet. It is fine. I'll find a real beauty to marry right away, to make him lose all hope. The next day, I invited the princess to have lunch with me. The princess is the emperor's own sister. She is unrestrained and loves her freedom. She looks down on every man in the capital. I know. And you still dared to ask me to lunch? I'm not that short, really. I'm 5'7". Hemp, don't try to pull any fast ones on me. Barefoot height, tell me the truth. 5'5", you really have some nerve. No need to bring the food. Just make do with what is here. And put the wine away, too. Why are you here? Mother said you forgot your lunch. I told her you wouldn't starve. She insisted that I bring it. She said food from outside isn't healthy. And who is this young lady? Oh, this is my younger sister. Hello, little sister. I was wondering where such a jewel had come from. So you are official Li's sister. I have long heard that Miss Li was a great beauty. A beauty that could sink fish and drop geese. Seeing you today, it is truly so. The rumors did not do you justice. Ha 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 ha. May I ask who you are? I am the emperor's own sister, Princess Zhaoyang, and your future sister-in-law. From now on, we're one big family. Come, sit down. Don't be shy. Waiter, bring out the food. Order whatever you'd like to eat. So thin, didn't you feed her properly? She is not in the best of health. She doesn't eat much. Heaven is truly blind. A beauty so frail, but she'll be fine from now on. Once I marry into the family, I will be the lady of the manor at the Duke's residence. If you need anything, just let your sister-in-law know. I will make sure everything is taken care of for you. I'll make sure you're well looked after. On the way back, what did you think of her? I think she is a bit too oily. She has such an overbearing fatherly air about her. She is a princess. If she enters our home, will she do something to me? You're a man. Should a man just let himself be bullied? Go and do some embroidery. You're giving me a headache. I made an agreement with the princess. We'd go ask the emperor for his blessing the next day. I followed the princess into the imperial study, and we brought up the marriage decree like that. You waste your days in idleness, chasing hawks and dogs. I tolerated it. You are unfaithful, with countless favorites, and I tolerated it. You said you didn't want a political marriage, wanting to stay in the capital to throw your weight around, and I allowed that too. Now you tell me you want to marry Li Zhang? How could you dare? Do you still even see me as your brother? Aren't I doing this with your best interests at heart? You two get along so well. If I marry Master Li and you marry his sister, then wouldn't you two be brothers-in-law to each other? Why on earth would I want to be brothers-in-law with him? Then you're not going to marry her, are you? Why not? I do not consent to this marriage. What do you mean you don't consent? We are both men. Aside from that, where are we not a perfect match? I am the son of heaven. You come from a noble 4-generation lineage. I love playing the zither and composing music. You have a deep love for poetry and prose. We are both passionate about chess. Though neither of us is particularly skilled. Even our favorite perilla tea drink comes from the exact same shop with the same taste. Plus, I'm 6 feet tall. He is only 5'5". That is his height without shoes. I just happen to like them petite. I toil away from dawn till dusk for you, giving my all without complaint, and you only want to sleep with me. What do you mean except for that? We are both men. How can you just set that aside? Why is that so difficult? I shall name your sister as my empress. You dressed in women's clothing. Disguise yourself as her and enter the palace. I was asking if you have any conscience left. I wasn't asking about feasibility. When I cried, the emperor softened his tone. I never intended to tell you this, meaning to carry this secret to my grave. I also wanted to be with you, as a clean and honorable official. As long as you are by my side, being brothers would be the same. Then why couldn't you keep it to yourself? You said you liked wearing women's clothes. Ever since you said that, my mind has been constantly filled with visions of you dressed as a lady, and lately, you haven't been as kind to me, constantly provoking me with others. Watching you, with all those other women, how could I possibly bear it? Bear it or not, you must. But asking me to serve you like a concubine, are you trying to force me? That is not up for discussion. I want to be a high-ranking official. I'm leaving. Yuru. No. That very night, the princess in the Zhaoyang palace drank bitter wine with the emperor all night long. The bond of fraternal harmony I had struggled to maintain was broken just like that. Our relationship plummeted. I was terrified he would force me, but Zhao Su's character is quite decent. You can't catch me. He didn't use his power against me either. At the very least, my pay was on time. He even paid a heat allowance. And he had no intention of demoting me to some distant post. Just one thing. The fact that he fell out with me was impossible to hide. It was written all over his face. In court, he stopped asking for my opinion. He stopped looking at me, and he stopped inviting me to the Zhaoyang palace to discuss state affairs. The loneliness I could handle. The problem was the gossip. It turned into rumors that I, Lord Li, had given birth to a civet cat for the emperor. Once the truth came out, I was no longer in favor. In the midst of this Cold War, we arrived at the autumn hunt. Hey, I heard the white deer my brother hunted in previous years. We're all gifted to you. Look at you. Why are you arguing with him? Now we won't have one for this year, will we? If I want a deer, I'll hunt it myself. Like I need his charity. Haha, sister-in-law. It is not that I look down on you. It is just that you are only 5'5", though I may only be 5'5". I mastered the 6 arts at the Imperial Academy. I'm great at sports. Fine then. So on the vast grassland, I caught up to Zhao Su. I rode neck and neck with him chasing the white deer. You're cheating. Folks, this man is actually ramming his horse into mine. We kept bumping into each other the whole way. Finally, we followed the deer into a patch of woods. Just as he pulled back his bow to shoot, I lunged at him and kicked him off his horse. Get up quickly, the deer got away. What is this thing you have here? It is a padded chest binder for when I cross-dress. That is absolutely not true. I've cross-dressed before too. Don't you try to lie to me. It is true, you looked even bustier in that outfit the other day. I stuffed 2 steamed buns in there. When I hugged you just now, I could tell this didn't feel like a real steamed bun. What is going on? Believe what you want. What do you mean by that? You're a young woman, aren't you? What the heck? Just because I let my hair down, I'm a woman. Doesn't everyone have long hair? Haha. Why don't you look in a mirror and see how you look? If you keep arguing, I'll have the imperial physician examine you. You always use the imperial physician to pressure me. Stop crying. What's the big deal? Even if you admit it, I won't have your entire clan executed. I would actually be overjoyed. I thought I was the one who was bent, but it turns out I'm the straightest one of all. Of all the men in the imperial court, I only have eyes for you. What do you like about me? The way you talk is like watching a live chat feed. Since you're a woman, why won't you marry me? We're such a perfect match. Do women have to get married, even if you are the emperor? What is so great about marrying you? Isn't building a career so much more satisfying? My career is going well. Once I become a provincial governor, I'll travel around and have some fun. Maybe build a few pagodas in my name to be remembered for ages. Maybe I'll even make it to chancellor. You want to be chancellor too. What is wrong with that? Are you looking down on my dreams? I put you in the Imperial Academy, a prestigious spot, where you can pocket a 5-figure salary every year. Do you have any idea what would happen if I put you in the Chancellery? Do you even know? Yuru, even if I forcefully push you to the top, the best you'll get is being a minister. There is nothing higher than that. But if you become my empress, we would be equals. Since you love money so much, the empress gets a monthly stipend of 10,000. And I'll give you 8 estates. 8. Not enough. I'll increase it to 18 for you. Who are you? Giving me so much. How am I supposed to handle that? In short, you could become the most noble woman in the entire world. And then manage 3,000 women in the harem. I won't have a harem of 3,000. I will only be good to you. Then what would I do in the harem? Manage some little tabby cats. I enjoy a life of freedom. I don't want to be tied down. Trying to buy me off won't work either. Men won't work, and women won't either. If being an emperor means I can't even get a wife, what use is this throne to me? Your Majesty, Lord Li, I haven't even finished combing my hair, and my shoes are soaked too. I can't put them on anymore. It is over. It is all over. My secret is going to be exposed. Is there a carriage? Yes, 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 yes. The next day, it was rumored all over the capital that the emperor and Lord Li were hiding from the court, sharing a sweet time together. When the servants discovered them, Lord Li's legs were already too weak to walk. The most absurd part was during the morning court session. My colleagues asked me in utter heartbreak, Lord Li, is it true that His Majesty intends to name the cat as the crown prince? There is no cat. Because the rumors of my affair with him were flying everywhere, the Prime Minister couldn't help but go to His Majesty. Your Majesty, you have ruled for many years. Why have you still not appointed an empress? There is someone I like. Then appoint her. Our career paths are a bit in conflict. She refuses to give up her job for me. Can I quit my job and elope with her? A self-reflective edict, 1 copy. Has Your Majesty ever considered that you are the son of heaven? Some things are not born of love and affection, but of duty. I have always taken responsibility, but marriage is, Your Majesty. I don't want to lie to myself. A confession of guilt. Then is Your Majesty going to remain without an empress? Guilt and without an heir. I'll just adopt one. I am self-reliant and strong. No wife needed. I'll play the mother myself. Fine him 10 written apologies for his sins. His Majesty is very proactive in admitting his mistakes. The Empress refuses to. The Chancellor was so angry he fell ill. As time passed, the people of the capital were all pointing fingers at him. The Emperor is a cut sleeve. He is unfit to rule. I couldn't help but go find him. Why did you protect me that day? You are my best friend. Errant brothers supposed to stand up for each other. It is fine. Liking you is my own business. Don't worry about it. I didn't want to worry about it either. But before 3 months had passed, his brother rebelled. I happened to be working late, so I scrambled through a dog hole to get to the Chancellor's estate. Chancellor, the prince has rebelled. You must save His Majesty. Go find someone else. I am an 80-year-old man. What is wrong with His Majesty? Why won't you protect him, but insist on protecting the prince? The prince is an idiot. Aren't you all just bothered by the Emperor's orientation? Look closely. Am I a man or a woman? You've always had delicate features. You let your hair down just to deceive an 80-year-old man like me. You are a girl, but everyone has long hair. How can letting it down prove anything? I am carrying his child. I used a divine medicine from India to prepare for pregnancy, so the royal physician says it is 100% a crown prince. All right then. I'm off to the Privy Council. The Chancellor turned back and looked at me, hesitating to speak. It wasn't a civet cat. I've been waiting for you to say that. I'll go ahead. I led my 100-some servants and charged into the Zhaoyang palace. You can't even manage to take a wife. Your throne is far from secure. You'd best surrender it to me early. Who do you think you're insulting? Where did a monster like you come from to dare covet his throne? Who are you? I'm your sister-in-law. Minister Li is truly as beautiful as a woman. Are you blind? I am a beautiful woman. Oh my, so you really are my sister-in-law. My apologies, my deepest apologies. Since you're already here, you might as well kowtow to your sister-in-law. Why have you come again? You said we were best friends. Even though I am a woman, I am still a person of integrity. The Prime Minister arrived with a large force, history repeating itself. My hair was loose again, but I suddenly realized I had already outed myself, so there was no point in hiding anymore. Those who followed the Prince of Huanan shall all be executed. Leave no one alive. Strip the Prince of Huanan of his title and confine him to the Zhangtai Palace. Exile his 3 sons to guard the imperial tombs. For his meritorious service in defending the throne, Minister Li is demoted to the censorate. Ah, why the censorate? That is an oversight agency. Your Majesty, please let me join the 3 departments and 6 ministries. After the emperor dealt with his own brother, the rumors did not cease. Instead, they grew even more rampant. The prime minister entered the palace to discuss with us both. What do you mean announce it to the world? Don't make things difficult for me. I'm an 80-year-old man. Since the 2 of you have such deep affections, get married immediately. Have 2 children in 3 years. That will steady the hearts of the imperial court. I have no idea what you're talking about. As emperor and empress, how could you possibly go back on your word? That day, Lord Li and Miss Li personally came to the prime minister's estate and confessed to me that she is a woman and that she is carrying your child, and that you are carrying my child. Do you have any proof of this? I know you had everyone who knew about it killed that day. If you're capable, go ahead and kill me too. But as long as I have breath in my body, I am going to force this marriage. There is no point in being so anxious about this. Actually, I have a plan. Please, Lord Li, speak regarding the position of Empress. Perhaps we can find someone capable to serve as a placeholder. Oh, a part-time job. Yes. Your Majesty and I can form a close kinship. You marry my sister, Miss Li, and I will marry your sister, Princess Zhaoyang. We'll become each other's brothers-in-law. How would we be each other's brothers-in-law, exactly? Well, after the weddings. From then on, the Emperor and I can attend court together, and after court, Your Majesty and the Empress can work overtime together in the inner palace. As for me, once I'm off work, I can take the princess out for some fun. That way, everyone gets what they want. Exactly how many people are involved in this marriage? However, I do have one condition. Speak, let's hear it. I want a transfer to the Provincial Administration Commission. If that is too much, the Ministry of Works will do. Managing salt transport or managing infrastructure. You've got to give me one of them. Lord Li, I am doing this for your own good. At the rate you're skimming, if I transfer you to either of those departments, you'd be behind bars before you turn 30. But I cannot go a single day without an empress. I don't want my whole clan executed before I turn 30 and drag me down with you to lose my own head. How about we reconsider this marriage? Look, Lord Li, look at how bitterly she is crying. It is all right. From now on, I shall hold tightly onto her little money-grabbing hands and never let go for the rest of my life. And that is where the story ends.